Allen at the guard spots. Kyle Anderson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Knicks, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Reggie Bullock is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Noel in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that one's good, Morant. Well, late in the season, we're seeing playoff teams resting their star players. Any excuse for lottery teams, Greg, doing the same?
Not as far as the league is concerned. I mean, if they're healthy,
exactly.
What's the goal? I mean, throwing away games is not acceptable.
No. So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. On the wing, Brooks. And a miss there on the triple. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Noel against Valanciunas. Now here's Brooks. He's covered closely. We're about 1 minute into the first. Payton with the ball. 9 points last game out. And Noel kicks to Barrett. Over Brooks. And too long on the shot. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's stolen by Randall. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. And slam dunk by Noel.
And the coaching staff enjoying that as Randall is becoming a bit more of a facilitator.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randall. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Payton passes to Barrett. Kept alive by New York, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Julius Randall. Here's Payton, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Barrett, no good. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? And the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
The Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Rose against Morant. Jacks up a 3. Randall no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Rose against Winslow. And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Magic. Offensive rebound, Randall. And Randall throws it down.
So Randall not giving up on that play, smells that one out, grabs the ball, and gets 2 more.
Now here's Morant. 8 points his last outing, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Knox, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And Alec Burks subbed in for R.J. Barrett. That's good from Morant.
And the potential of Morant is sky high. A dynamic guard. He plays with a Russell Westbrook type edge and intense on both ends.
Now here's Toppin. Back to Rose. Poked away. Morant with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Morant's got 7 points in the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And here's Rose. Shoots over Morant.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Grizzlies up by 7. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about what was a trying first year.
I hate losing, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And I feel like you could learn more from a loss than you can from a win. And my teammates have been great. The whole organization has been great. We just, you know, whatever happens, we've kind of been sticking together and going through it all together, so that's been good.
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur grip.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We've got Knox. He's out there with Alec Burks. Toppin is out there with Rose. That's the 5 for New York right now. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes.
2 shots.
And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Kevin Knox got a ton of experience in his rookie year playing for the New York Knicks. The 9th overall pick in 2018 out of Kentucky. Played nearly 30 minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes to try to understand your game at the pro level and then what you need to work on.
Now here's Anderson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Brooks. Back to Anderson. Clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Valanciunas. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That's the first of 6 played on the road. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Brooks. Got a hand on it.
Great timing as Knox gets up there and blows that one out.
Allen passes to Tillman. Shoots over Bullock. And again, Memphis no good. Now the Knicks with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Monday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them. But you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
No good on that one. Randall's checked in for New York. R.J. Barrett comes in for Reggie Bullock. He hits the second from the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Now Allen. No points in the game yet for him. Brooks with it. Now guarded by Noel. Back to Allen. Lets it go with a three. Drops in the tray. Allen's got the lead up to 7 now for Memphis.
Now what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's Barrett. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Well, RJ is a natural scorer. It's very hard to shake him off that kind of focus.
And Bones, when you look at R.J. Barrett, what's the next step in his game?
So if the next stage offensively, GA, is that he's got better shot selection overall and a bit more consistency from the three-point line, then it's about setting a tone and taking on the defensive challenge every night. That's what a good leader can do, and this team is looking for one.
Here's Randall. Anderson with the block.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
Allen surveying the D. Here's Valanciunas. The Knicks pull it in. Randall's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Nice steal from Valanciunas.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Here's Anderson. And it's Noel with the rebound. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside. And Randall throws it down.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Peyton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Here's Brooks. 20 points for him last game against Orlando. Puts one up from 19. Misses off the left iron.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Grizzlies lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. The defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
It's Memphis out in front at the half. They've got a 3-point lead. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
The hostile environment in this building has not been an issue. They've come in here, they focus like they would be at home. And it says something about the character of a team. You need to block out the crowd and just play your game.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on New York.
Well, Ernie, this is definitely a big wake-up call for them. Their field goal percentage is 60. They came out unfocused, unmotivated, unprepared. If they can't turn the tide and play with greater efficiency, it's going to be a long second half.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Kyle Anderson is out there with Brooks. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma maters. horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one. Yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's Peyton, following the basket by John Morant, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Toppin comes in for Nerlens Noel, and it's Rose in for Peyton. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. 3-point lead.
Who's watching here?
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Jackson misses.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Jackson finds Brooks. Here's Valanciunas. But they get it back. Morant passes to Valanciunas. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down.
The team starts the second half missing 4 or 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. So timeout called here, the first for Memphis.
And Julius Randle dropping a few pounds since he came in the league. He still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, but he has other ways to get at you offensively.
Brandon Clark, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Winslow comes in for Dylan Brooks. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Jackson up top, back to Morant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Toppin. Count it. Toppin's got the lead up to 1 now for the Knicks.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Morant with it. 11 points in the game. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. checks in for New York. Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. 1:04 left to play here in the third. Quickly, Noel trying to break loose. And the foul on Obi Toppin. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Memphis leading.
Get outside, get outside.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Clark with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. To the middle, there's Winslow. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Winslow's got his first points of the game.
You see the corner where this Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
Stolen by Allen. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Clark, banked in off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Rose against Morant. Now here's Rose. Over Anderson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Good positioning. Anderson outstanding at staying in front of his man and using his length and contesting.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Grizzlies. They're up by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Barrett. Nerlens Noel is out there with Toppin. Then there's Payton.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pass to Noel. Brooks against Barrett. 6 to shoot. The rebound by Anderson. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Allen passes to Brooks. And Valanciunas now. It's out the key. Allen for the 3. They get it again. And the rejection by Noel.
And Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
In the corner, Barrett with it. Puts it up from 12, and it's blocked. Morant against Payton. Morant right side. Valanciunas dishes to Allen. It's rebounded by New York.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Barrett. The Grizzlies pull it in. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morant's got the lead up to 10 now for the Grizzlies.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Memphis.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a three-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ja Morant.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Barrett inside the three-point line. New York, no good that time either. Morant surveying the D. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.